All right. Hey everyone, this side Shubham and Kunlik, and we are here for our next session, which is how to complete your final submission and what are the next steps that you have to follow. So far, as you're already aware about that, you have all the teams are completing their tasks on Akruti portal. So we would like to take this webinar where we will help you with answering all the questions which you need related to Akruti competition and yeah, further submission timelines, what to do in final submission, because now we are moving towards the you can say the second half of the Akruti competition, where we will be looking forward from all the teams to complete their submissions on time. So we will keep this webinar very casual and open. And from my side, Kunlik will also explain you about the final submission guidelines as we are going to launch this final submission phase next week. So all should be ready and aware about what things each and every single team has to submit to stay ahead in the journey and the competition. Meanwhile, drop your questions in the Q&A, and we will not be taking all the questions one by one. We will be giving a thorough view about the questions. If the questions are like too general, like four or five students have already asked the same question, so we will club that question all together and we will answer it in one go. So make sure if you are attending it live, make sure you are listening it properly. And in case you missed it, don't worry, we will repeat it again. Or maybe later, once the recording is available, you can go through it to understand it. Okay. So if any of your team members who have not joined this call as of now, please suggest them to do it right now. We will be here for another 1900 minutes so that we can help you with any of the questions, any kind of feedback that you would like to give. How are the certifications going on? Because last week we launched this new feature, which is certifications, and I am hoping that you all are able to complete, at least copy those certification credits. And just to remind you again, these certification credits are individually available for each team member. So you cannot share the same coupon code to any of your team member. And if somebody wants to complete the certification, please let your team member know to log into the portal, go to the certifications tab, and complete get your certification credits, and later you can uh, download the tester pro client and then you complete your certification tab. So without a further delay, maybe let's take spend like 10-15 minutes answering your questions, and then we'll move to the next section where Kunlik will talk about the submission specifically related to the final submissions, and we will go through it. So Q&A is already open. So you please let us know if you have any questions. We would be happy to answer you. Okay, we have one first question. The text we are writing in the IDC template falls short for the specified 13.3 font size. Could we reduce this to 12 or 11? Is it sufficient for the text to remain readable when the size is reduced? Kulik, do you have any suggestions on this?
Yes, so like we strictly suggest that no one changes the initial format since we have designed the field such a way that all the fields you can briefly explain all those things, like those are very specific things we are asking for. You can put your content in concise form, in short form, so that it will be easy for evaluators to evaluate. So we are expecting that you don't add lot of stuff in the things which are not asked. Put only the stuff which is asked there, like problem statement, how you are solving that statement, all those things. So the font size and all those things are put there, like those are intentional things. So make sure that you are not changing anything and you are fitting all the things in the required boxes.
Right. Thank you, Kundlik. Let's go ahead with other questions. So many students are asking questions related to FDC. So please wait for a while after taking a couple of questions which are not related to FDC first. And after that, we will start with FDC submission guidelines, and you will be able to get most of the answers in that section.
Yes.
Meanwhile, yeah, let's go through. Hello, concerning IDC, do I need to follow literally? Can we add slides? So yes, there is a possibility where you can add
But
slides.
in IDC,
Yeah,
like we have given the specific boxes. So what happens most of the times is when you add slides, you add the way, like we have the possibility to add lot of stuff which is not concerning or which is not asked in the IDC. IDC is meant for initial design concept. So we have given the fields such a way that those fields are perfectly explaining your project and giving information what we need or what the evaluators or experts need. So make sure that only that stuff you are adding in the IDC, and you are not over explaining things or adding adding things which are not asked. So make sure that you are adding the required fields only. If you have any diagrams or anything, maybe you can attach those, but other than that, in the textual format, make sure that you are briefly explaining all the things and giving only the required, like providing only the required fields.
yeah. I mean, I just want to mention that in a one sentence, don't overkill the activity or the task of IDC with by putting a lot of data in form of text, because whenever this IDC phase is going to be evaluated by our evaluators, then they may see that you have, over prepared and overwritten a lot of things over there, which is not required. All those overwritten things are actually required in the FDC section, where you are going to gain most of the marks or points. So please make sure whatever is asked for your IDC submission, it's basically an initial draft submission, because after IDC you will be hearing a feedback from our side, and maybe you would like to get that feedback into consideration and work on the modifications or maybe the suggestions that an evaluator has made in your FDC. And when you're submitting your FDC, you can, think of putting all the suggestions which evaluator has shared into that. Okay, one more question. How much electronics parts should be there in model for robotics? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
So for the robotics, so there is no limit for the parts, be it electronics, mechanical, or anything like OEM motors or anything you are adding. There is no limit. Whatever electronics you need for your product, you should add. So it's up to you.
exactly. Exactly. So up to you. I mean, see, again, what we have observed in previous seasons, definitely students always go beyond an extra mile to, complete their submissions. However, whatever is requested from you in IDCs or in FDC, make sure you at least completing that submission particularly. Plus, you are also giving an edge to your submission, that that is what is going to stand out in comparison to other teams. We are not asking you to, design each and every single electronics part. And as Kundlik has mentioned, if you get the design files of the standard components. Maybe you are using an electric motor, and this electric motor has a standard design file which you can get from an OEM, from the manufacturer who is manufacturing this particular motor. So you can directly use those. However, where the actual designing, where you have to showcase that this is your IP, that is my design, that is your innovation, definitely you should, go extra mile to complete that particular design in detail. Okay, let's go with the other questions.
Yes, so there is one question in submission. We have to share the STL file and or we have to send report and we have to send files of all components. So if you are talking about IDC, in IDC we are not asking for any CAD files, but in FDC, final design concept, which we will be explaining in some time, there we will requiring the CAD files, but we are not requiring the STL files. We will require the files which you have created in SolidWorks or in X apps. If you have designed in SolidWorks, you will need SolidWorks assembly or SolidWorks part files. And if you have designed in 3D experience platform, we will need 3D XML files. So I will explain you all of that in few time, like in later in the session.
Yep.
There is one question, please. With the certification, can we get the voucher credited to another email? So when you apply for certification, you get one voucher. So there is one procedure to use that voucher in your virtual tester account. So voucher is unique for your account, but you can use that voucher in your virtual tester account. So make sure that when you create a virtual tester account, you are creating the account with the email you want. If you create the account with different email and use that particular voucher, the certification will be provided to that email ID. So you will need to make sure that with which virtual tester account you are opting for the certification. So make sure to redeem the voucher with the correct virtual tester uh, account.
Yep. So basically, you need to log in to the Akruti portal, and there is this tab called as certifications. Maybe I can show it to you. Let me check if I can do that. Share screen. Okay, yeah. So I have already logged into my account, and as you can see, this is the new certification tab. It's already there. I have availed one dummy certification voucher that is not working, hence I'm able to show it to everyone right now. So once if you are in the claiming section of it, you will see all these certifications active, which is in the unlocked position. So you can choose one certification of your choice. And let me remind you, if you have never ever completed a certifications before, please complete or start your journey with the completing the basic certifications, because some of the professional certifications wants you to complete the initial certifications first. So do not waste your credits by availing a professional certification first, because you have not completed earlier certifications, and hence you will end up losing your certification credit chance. Okay. So make sure you are completing the beginners level certifications if you are new to this. But if you are already a SolidWorks user and have already completed the beginner certifications, then you can go and choose any professional level certifications which are CSWP certifications available for you. And for one user, it's only one chance that you are going to avail. There are no further chances, because the moment you click on it, you will be getting the actual certification credits that you can use. Okay. This one for my account, I have created a dummy one. It is, you cannot use it. However, for your the students who are already availing, they are availing the right certification credit. So make sure that you are taking the best of it. Let's go and check, asking another, checking other question. Hello, CSWE is not available. Um, Currently, we do not have CSWE certification vouchers available. Uh, I will still check with my team if we can, arrange some CSWE certifications for the Akruti students. So maybe we will keep one section live where if you are really looking forward for a CSWE, you can let us know by clicking or showing your interest. Accordingly, we can see the count, number of count who are coming, and accordingly we can provide. However, these are the only certifications which are available for you. And if you have are still willing to complete other certifications of SolidWorks, please go ahead and complete, as there are plenty of options which are available to you. Okay, one more question I'm taking. If a team is selected for international finals, will the team needs to fund the tickets and all the stay, or is it sponsored? So, currently, as I am speaking right now at this particular day, uh, Dassault Systems will be covering your accommodation and the food expenses that any team member is going to be shortlisted for the international finale. However, the travel funds are not sponsored by Dassault Systems, plus the visa cost is not sponsored. So, but we are managing at our back end. If we can secure some funds where we can arrange and sponsor the international travel. But just a kind advice for last season has happened. All the student teams have traveled to United States with their own fundings. They approached certain partners to get those fundings because it is a really big competition and recognition for all the students like you. So I'm sure something will get arranged by you if your team gets shortlisted for international finale. However, rest of the expenses, as I mentioned, the accommodation for almost 4 nights, 5 days in United States is going to be taken care by us. Plus, the food expenses are also going to be managed by Dassault Systems. Okay, let me take the another one. Okay, so as somebody has asked for the email, can we get vouchers on the email? Sorry, that is not possible. We have actually created this system to get out of that email system. So why don't you head out and go to this portal and avail your certification? That's very easy. Whenever you come back again, the certification credit will already be there for you. Next question is, what is the preferred format for uploading our SolidWorks CAD models on 3D Experience platform? So Kunlik will be mentioning that in the later section of the webinar.
Yes.
Another question, should we present the workflow as a diagram using words and arrows, or would it be appropriate to use AI generated visuals to illustrate the workflow involving our CAD model? In other words, while we would use our own CAD images for other sections, would it be suitable to use an AI generated CAD image specifically within the workflow visualization? So, I mean, I would say if you have already designed it using our solutions, using SolidWorks, 3D Experience CATIA, then I would highly recommend to use the actual images, actual screenshots of the model. However, for aesthetics purposes, for better illustrations and explanation, you can use AI driven image, but do not generate any AI generated CAD images. That is not being called as qualified entry, and most of the evaluators will definitely reject your submission if they see that this particular team has only shared the AI generated CAD images. That is not allowed. Please be aware when you are doing this. There are no extra points of using AI, or there are no extra points of not using AI. So choose your selection wisely and complete your submission properly. Another question: when will the ideas be delivered? I'm sorry, I didn't get you, Ali. Maybe you can explain more about your question. When will the ideas be delivered? Okay, somebody asked what is the last exact dates for IDC and FDCs in dashboard. We are just able to see the range of dates. As you can see in the timeline, first of all, since it's a global competition, this particular timeline is different for different geos. Currently, I am showing an Indian timeline, but the students who are from APAC, from Japan, from Europe geo, from USA geo, these timelines are little different. So make sure you are only checking your own section to see what is the current timeline going on. As you can see, the IDC submission, we have the deadline we have set as 30th of August. Similarly, for final product submission, we have deadline for 20th September. These are basically for our India geo, then we have APAC, and then it's for Asia geo, Southeast Asia geo, as well as I think it's for Middle East also. But for Europe, for Americas, it's totally different. So please don't get confused with this. You are only following your own geo's timeline, not others' geo's timeline. Currently, I'm showing India geo timeline. And when a student asks that you are able to see the range of dates, I don't think so. You are able to see the range because a certain date has already been mentioned, as you can see. Okay, somebody asked a question. Can we use the same voucher code again for a retest? Answer is no. Right, Kunlik?
No, no.
Yeah, you cannot use the same voucher. And from Akruti side, you're only getting one voucher per exam. So make sure you prepared well before you avail this certification voucher code. This voucher
Yes.
code is valid till the end of the year, so you have plenty of time to complete it.
Also, we have lot of learning content. There are practice exams as well, practice sample papers available on the SolidWorks website, so you can access that. So in certification tab, there is option to know more about the certification, where when you click on that tab, you will get all the information about certification as well as the sample exams there. So make sure you are going prepared and attempting exams so that your certification will not be wasted.
Yeah. And these exam credits are valid till the end of the year. Make sure you are taking and completing the submission certifications on time. We will be making also a couple of changes in the certification tab as well. So you will be getting and seeing more details how to avail and everything. Otherwise, you can go once you avail the certification, you get a link. You open that and you will be able to know how to complete your certification or how to avail it. Okay, another question. At which level should our prototype be for IDC? What all should our CAD model have? See, when you're asking such questions, we are actually not getting an idea what exactly you are asking. Try to write or explain your question in couple of lines so that we can understand from your which perspective you are talking about. This has been asked by an anonymous attendee. I will skip it.
Yes. So there are multiple questions like that. So make sure that you are checking the community, all the content. There are wiki pages where the I I hope that you are asking about how you can effectively submit your project. So make sure that you are asking, you are checking all the competition rubrics, rules, all those things where competition rules and the judging criteria is mentioned, so that you can design your project accordingly and submit it.
Yes. What is the okay? Same questions. What is the time limit? I have already answered. How many teams will be shortlisted for zonal rounds? A good question. So, since this is a global competition and we are already operating in different geos, so that means each geo will be having its respective geo finale, country finale, as well as geos. Because in these geos we have multiple countries participating. Let's take an example like for Asia geo, we have China, we have Pakistan, we have Bangladesh, we have Sri Lanka, we have Bhutan. So all these countries which are in Asia, we have, by the way, this also. I forgot the name. I think, yeah, it's Hong Kong. And we have Taiwan. Now, another geo we have is Southeast Asia. So we have countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Australia, Thailand. So all these countries belong to one geo, right? Now, all these geos will be having their separate country finales first based on the number of submissions we have received. And that for a country finale, we at least need to have like top 10 country finale teams shortlisted for that. And then these teams with other countries will be going to compete in different geos finale. So at this moment, pretty much to say, mostly we are following this approach like shortlisting top 10 teams for country finale, similarly top 10 or 12 teams for geo finale as well. So I hope I have answered your question, Pranav. Okay, sir, as CSWP certification has no prerequisites, we can choose that now. Also, does the credit have any deadline? Definitely, the deadlines are till the end of the year, so you can avail it. I mean, the suggestion I have given is that if you are able to complete your CSWP certifications, I mean, you are good. However, it is always recommended that you always, start getting your basic certifications first and then go for advanced and professional level certification. Okay, one more question. Until what date? Okay, this is again end of the year. Where do I see the judging criteria? Okay, so somebody asked a question, where do I see the judging criteria? I'm going to showcase it to you right now once again. Just look at my screen. Currently, you are here in your portal, and you are in the homepage section of it. Okay. Now you click on your community. The tabs get changed, and make sure that you are in the right community, which is Akruti Innovation Competition 2026. You just open the first post, which is this highlighted one. And here you see the second tab, which is rubrics of the competition. You will see all the judging criteria inside this document. It has in detail about IDC, FDC, what is the criteria going to be. Okay. Okay, one student has asked, sir, can you please tell how to take exams once in this meeting, both final and practice? Which exams you are talking about? Final
So,
and practice.
Shubham, we can click on this no more option on the certification you have opted for. Right now it is not available. Whenever you are opting for any certification, you will
Yeah.
see one option saying no more.
Yes.
Yes, here you see the certification details, as well as there is a tab called sample exam zip,
Yeah.
where some sample exam questions will be there. You can practice on those questions with your SolidWorks license, and when you are ready, you can opt or redeem your certification code and do the exam. Also, there are training courses as well, which you can refer, which are on SolidWorks. You can refer those to learn about all the features or the content related to the certification.
All right. Okay, one more question. For the 10 finalists per country, does that mean there will be 10 finalists per category, or will it be 10 for all? So, again, a good question since we have four themes of the competition. Now, these 10 finalists are going to be overall 10 finalists. There is no categorization of these because in order to conduct a country finale, we cannot pick top 40 finalist teams for the categories. So it has to be only top 10 in total. Okay, another question. What do you mean by storyboarding? I guess you have gone through the rubric of the competition. Storyboarding is nothing but how you narrate your story well, and how you capture the entire story of the product that you have designed. That is what storyboarding is all about. Basically, how you got an idea, how you started with it, and how you are completing your product design and how you're explaining it well, maybe through a one flow chart or through an image. That's what you call a storyboarding. Okay, another question. My project topic is mobility. I have to submit a solution design or complete model design. For example, if I choose mobility, do I need to design the solution concept, how the battery, or do I need to make a complete model design of the battery system? See, again, it depends. Of course, it depends on you. What niche topic that you are picking. Of course, in mobility, you can design an entire car, you can design a whole battery pack system, or think of it what system or what solution you are focusing on. If it's like a small battery system that you're focusing on, you just need to design it, and then maybe you get a dummy car data and showcase that yes, that is where you are going to install your solution. So your main highlight of the focus is the battery system, not the car. Okay. And just mention in your FDC submission in the presentation that you have used a dummy model for the car because the focus is the battery system which you have designed. And I'm sure evaluators will definitely understand it that your product is not the car, it's a battery system. When do we get CATIA roles? That particular feature tab is not live. However, who are already in need, please let us know. You write an email to us that with your team ID that you need these CATIA roles. We will definitely assign you quickly. Okay. Head over to the connect and support, write us and let us know. Okay, do we need to represent the wiring control system and all other non-mechanical things like sensors, cameras? Pranav, as I already mentioned, uh, you need to focus on the main solution that you are designing. We are really not looking for that your team should design these things like sensors, cameras, because their designs are already available from the OEM website. Make sure that you're downloading the right files from there. However, the focus for a particular team should be on the solution of the product that you are making. That needs to be designed by the team that you cannot copy from somebody else's data. Okay, one more question by Tobias Matias. Can a project be successful if it improves an existing product by making it more affordable, easier to maintain, or better suited for African communities? The answer is, of course, yes. So here we are focusing on the innovation part of it. Definitely, your team may get an idea of a particular product which has never been existed in the market, never been existed in the whole world. Okay, so you can think of that kind of ideas where you are actually inventing something. Moreover, we have seen most of the teams are focusing on improving the solutions, existing solutions in a better way. So if you have earlier product in the mind and you can design something better out of it, which is actually helping the society, the customers with, let's say, 20% more efficiency, 10, 20% less cheaper, more affordable in African countries, definitely you can call that project a successful one. So when you are completing your final submission, you can actually do that comparison that this particular product is already existing in the market. However, we are coming up with a new design that is more affordable, more cheaper, and more economical. If you really want to know more about it, just check last year's winners videos in 2025. The first team which has won the competition last year, they have actually worked upon an existing solution, which is a breastfeeding mechanism device. Okay. However, they thought that we should prepare a mechanical device which can be used by the rural mothers who are living in the rural regions. And this particular breastfeeding device, there are already plenty of solutions available in the market, but they come up with their own design, they come up with their own solutions, more economical, more affordable, and more operational as far as their region is concerned. So you can definitely call this a project a winner also, or a successful project. Okay, Fatima is mentioning, can we design a modified version? Fatima, I have just answered it. One another question, would having a team of all girls affect ours and others' team chances of progressing? Or will they have a separate category? It would seem unfair that one team would have a good product, but they were not shortlisted for the next step just because they are not a team of all girls. Not at all. That has never been kind of you can say such kind of inclination or such kind of discrimination doesn't happen based on whether that particular team is an all girls team or not. If you have seen last season, most of the teams were actually based on best all girls teams, and they have actually created wonderful designs out of it. So it has not been a kind of, partial discrimination based on uh, whether that particular team is an all girls team or not. If your design is winning, definitely you are going to score more and you are going to go ahead in the next journey of Akruti International Finale. Okay, another question by Anonymous. My project is related to local community problems and major part is electronics, hardware, and software like web dashboard. Okay, machine learning. The project is helpful for farmers, daily homes, designed to be made. Okay, and the whole system is going to fit. If I make the design, will it that okay? Will I need to improve things? Yes, so you are actually talking the right points. I agree on that. If you are building a particular solution which consists of a lot of electronics and computer, definitely, you need to think about the casing of it. You need to think about how you are going to implement the electronic section inside it and how the design is going to be. You need to also consider various factors like if you are installing it on a tractor or on a farming mobility device, and you need to make sure that you are fitting it well, making it more durable as these farmers work in uh, very extreme conditions sometimes. So that kind of designing is definitely we are looking, and of course the solution that you have built is more also playing an important role because you have thought of a solution which is going to help farmers. So you are coming up with the design. It has various electronics components. You showcase the design, you showcase the possibility of the solution and how it is going to help the for the better world. We have two team IDs. Can we get one certificate for each team or for only one email? Uh, that is a good question. If you have noticed that each student team is logging in with their individual team ID. If you are having two team IDs, that means you have two chances to gain two different certifications. So yeah, I would just like to end this answer on that note only. Up to you. I know there are a lot of teams who are participating in different teams, so yeah, they have that advantage to avail multiple certifications. When will we be able to view our points scored in all those tasks? So we are building this particular interface and system for the very first time. If you have been interacted with the previous seasons, people or students, you must have seen that such kind of portal was not existing earlier. We are definitely coming up with a kind of leaderboard or a kind of a report card where you can see your points, how many points you have gained so far. And anyway, for the tasks that you are completing, like bonus challenge or any, you are anyway gaining full points on that, so we are not deducting any points on such challenges. But however, the major difference is going to happen on the IDCs and FDCs. So we are definitely coming up with some kind of grading system or report card. You will definitely get to see more in coming months. How much long is the video demo for the FDC? Kundlik is going to talk about it. So maybe Kundlik, I think it's right time now that many of the students are already asking questions related to FDC. So why don't you showcase what criterias, what are the guidelines, and what exactly they need to complete in FDC, and then later on after your session, we will take remaining questions.
Yes, Shubham. So I will share my screen. So
Yeah.
before starting with FTC, I will quickly explain the IDC as well because we got a lot of questions related to IDC as well. So maybe a lot of you have not yet performed the IDC task. So let me share my screen. Okay, so let me know when it is visible.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, great. So first of all, so with the questions, with few of the questions, I get that some of you have not even logged in on the dashboard as well. So make sure that you are logging into this dashboard, which is there. You must have received one invitation email to log into this dashboard, and in this dashboard there is one tab called Homepage. So whatever, like lot of questions you have asked, the answers are already there on this dashboard itself. So there is a community, there is homepage tab, there is competition information, there is SolidWorks installation information, certification, as well as the webinars which we are conducting every week. We have added the recordings as well in this webinar tab. So make sure you are accessing this dashboard, and in this dashboard there is one tab called homepage. In this homepage tab, there is team ID where you will need to add your team ID, which you must have received through your email. Then there is team leader's email you need to add here. Then there is your email you need to add here. So if you are team leader who is logging, then the both emails will be same, and you can access your dashboard. I have already logged in right now for you for me to show you all the things. So as you can see, there is home tab, there is team details tab, and there is assigned tasks. So these are tabs are also important because in team details tab you can change your theme as well. If you want to change your theme right now, you can change that theme through the team details tab. So make sure so because we got a lot of questions related to theme change as well. So make sure if you want to change the theme, log into this dashboard, log into this tool, and then go to team details tab and change the theme. Then there is assigned tasks where all the tasks which have been assigned are already available there, and a lot of details are already available, like community creation task I have completed it, so that's why it is completed. Then there is mentor registration, which is also the mandatory task. You need to register your mentor in this with your team. Then there is selfie with mentor task. So once you do so there is product introduction tab task as well. So once you do all these four tasks, you will get this software license, and you can request a key and get your license key to install your SolidWorks. So this is about these four tasks. We have already explained all these things in getting started webinar. You can access this webinar tab and you can access this getting started with Akruti webinar recording, where all these things are explained in brief, explained in like detailed manner. And you can see this recording and see check all the things which I am explaining you right now. I have quickly completed it because we need to cover the initial design challenge and final design challenge. So first we will see this initial design challenge, which is IDC. So this is synopsis of your project. There is check guidelines button and submit link button. So you will need to click on check guidelines button first. So in every tab, like community creation, there is this button, blue button, check guidelines. Make sure that you are checking the guidelines and then only you are submitting your task or completing your task. So once I will go to check guidelines, here you will see the guidelines, step by step guidelines. So there is not like not all the things like you need to think, you will need to think about your product only. All the submission related things are already mentioned step by step in here. So you see the steps here, which is use the below provided template. So there is one template in which you will need to submit your IDC presentation. So if you click on this link, I will get this post. So once I do this, I get here, click here for idea design concept presentation template. Once I download, open this template, there is this template. So in this template, there is systematic details which are required for you to submit. Like there is first your team details, meet your team. So you need to add your team images, and then there is problem statement. So in problem statement, there is background. So every region or every field you are seeing, there is subtext which explains what we need in this field. So you see in the background, there is brief description of your problem and the users affected will need that information uh, in this particular field. You will need to add that. Make sure that every field is designed in a way that we require only the concise information. You will need to explain the project or explain these fields in brief. If you see a lot of like explanation reports and all those things, the detailed explanation is there, like lot of information is there. So what we did is we have cut that particular thing in each field. So we require this field so that our evaluators or our experts will be able to evaluate that product according to this particular field, so that the fair competition will be there. Like every student or every participant will explain the same things, and on with those same things your product will be evaluated, so it will be fair competition. So there is problem description, there is theme fit, and there is supporting images or reference which is optional. uh, like whatever information you are adding in the textual format, if you have any supporting images or references, you can add images in this particular field. There is one slide which is research and proposed solution, where you need to add research findings. So again, there is a textual format. Then there is a list which you will need to give for key features. Then there is proposed solution. Then again, there is concept sketch, CAD or diagram. Since it is mentioning the CAD there, it does not mean that it is mandatory. So in IDC, the CAD is not mandatory, but if you have any CAD files available with you, which you want to show in your IDC, initial design concept, you can get screenshot of that CAD model and add it in here. But the CAD in IDC, it is not mandatory, but in FDC, it is, yes, it is mandatory. So then there is third tab, which is feasibility and impact. So you see there are some classifications of your product which explains your product well. So everyone get the fair opportunity to explain their product in this particular fields, and Our experts, our evaluators will get the complete idea of your product. So make sure you are downloading this template, you are filling this template completely, and then I go back to this tab, then check guidelines again. So you see, I gone to this tab where I got this template. Once I get this template, uh, there is one step you will need to do, where is open the template, click on the more options menu and select forward. So you need to forward that particular template. Once you forward that template, you need to make sure that you are forwarding that template into your team community and not the public community. So your team community has been created in task 1. If you have not completed task 1, you will need to complete that task 1 in here, in community creation task. Once you forward that post, there is edit button in your community. Once you edit that post, you will need to add all the fields, which is your team ID, team name. Then IDC presentation you will need to submit or upload. So what the template you are downloading from here, once you download and once you complete that presentation PPT, that PPT you'll need to save and upload in your template. Once you upload that, it will be uploaded, then you will need to publish the post, then you will need to get the link, and it that link needs to be submitted where you can see the video as well. That link needs to be submitted in the submit link option so that your task will be completed. So make sure you are checking all the steps. So step by step mentions are there. You need to complete the steps, and once you complete these steps, your submission will be completed. This is about IDC. So there is another thing which is FDC, final design concept. So in final design concept, we have not yet published it in here, but once you submit the initial design challenge, it will be unlocked. So I will show you that as well. It has some like say steps to submit are same, but the templates are different and the things we ask for are different, because IDC is initial design concept, in which we require the initial data of your product, not the complete set of files and all those things. But in final design concept, we will require the complete set of documents, supporting documents, videos, and all those things, CAD file as well. So you can check this task 6. So this will be published. This task will be available from Monday, which is tomorrow. So from tomorrow, you will be seeing that this particular task, and you can complete that task and start completion from tomorrow onwards. So you see there is the template again here given. So you can open that template. So you see you need to add the same thing. So will need to forward this first. So I will need to forward this in your team community, not any other community. You will need to add this into your team community and in post format. Once I forward it. It is posted in my team community. So I go to my team community. I see this post. I go to this arrow. I edit this post. So in edit, I see the team ID. I need to add team ID, team name, final theme, and final product name. Also, I need to add team ID, team name here so that the post will be named that way. Once I do that, there is final presentation. So final presentation is somewhat similar to IDC, but it has some other fields, some extra things we asking for, because it is detailed uh, information that we require. So same thing, which is enter your project name, team ID, selected team, then team member details. Then there are problem and opportunity, where you need to give problem statement, which should clearly define the problem your project aims to solve and the user affected. So you might find some similarities in first slides as the IDC, because in IDC we are asking for the summary or synopsis of your product. In the FDC we are asking for explanation. So these fields are some two or three fields are similar to IDC, but after that you will get the other fields which we are requiring. Then there is opportunity or design gap, which should identify the gap or opportunity that your solution addresses. So these fields need to be filled in concise way. It should not uh, be more than this field. So these fields or boxes should be sufficiently filled and not excessively. Then if you have some supporting images or references which could explain these fields, you can add it in here. But those are optional. If you have, you can add. If you don't have, it's okay. Research and key insights, where you need to add user and context research, which is what did you learn about the users, their needs, behavior, challenges, or environment. So these are straightforward, which like you don't need to think about what the things you need to add or what the fields you need to add. We are asking the questions, you will need to answer those questions in the concise way. Key insights and design implications, existing solution and market research, same way the supporting images and references you can add. Then there is design requirements, where technical requirements need to be added. If you have any constraints in your project or limitations, you can add it in here. The human factors which are there, like user related requirements, should the product satisfy? So that question you need to answer in here. Then there is final solution, where solution overview you can add. So what is your final solution and how does it work? Then there is user benefit. How does your solution improve the user's experience or outcome? Because we are not creating product for the competition sake, right? We are creating that product to solve some problem. So the solution should improve the user's experience and outcome. Like it should be solving some problem in that sense. Then there is problem solution fit. How does the solution address the key problem or user need? So that question you need to answer. Then there is innovation and key features. You need to highlight three or five important key features. Wherever needed, you can add bullet points. So you are open to that. So there is advantage over existing solution. How does your solution improve upon current approaches? So if there are current solution available, how your product is improvement, or how your product prevails that you need to add. Then there is innovation. What makes your solution different, novel, or better? Because as the name of this competition suggests, it is Akruti innovation competition. So the existing solution are there, yes, but what is innovation in your product? You will need to add that. There is final product design. In here, you will need to add lot of screenshots of your CAD data. So whatever CAD you are creating, assembly you are creating, you need to add screenshots in here. And also we are asking for CAD details. I will explain it after this. There is product details and functionality. Again, working principle, major components, mechanism, product structure. These things are need to be added. These are straightforward. The questions are asked or subtext is given. You will need to explain it accordingly. Then there is design validation. If you have some validation methods to validate your product, or if you have some simulations done, you can add the results in here or create the images. If you, in this case, if you have lot of simulation data, like temperature analysis, structural analysis, static, dynamic, and any type of analysis, if you require to remove this box, you can remove and add some more images. It like this is open for that, but only this design validation and final product design slide caters to that. Otherwise, all the textual fields you will need to keep that way. Don't delete that. Then there is design journey, like what is the design process, what changed from IDC. You have added IDC, but definitely there will be some improvements after IDC, right, in your product. So you'll need to add that in textual format. And there are key iterations. You maybe you can add your transition of your product after IDC in this the visual format. There is impact and sustainability. So what is the social impact, what is the economic impact, what is the environmental impact, and what are the sustainability factors which are considered in this particular product. So how can it improve affordability, productivity, efficiency, or resource usage? Because definitely a lot of you will be submitting your product, and lot of those products are already available in the market, but your product should solve the like definite problem, right? So that aspects you will need to explain. Then there is viability and future development. If you have any like implementation, manufacturing, you need to add. So how can the product be manufactured, deployed, or implemented? Then there are current limitations. Then there are future developments. And there is cost and market potential which is necessary. So you need to pitch this product in a way that after this competition you will be manufacturing that product and you are going to sell that product. So if you are going to sell that product, definitely it should be affordable, definitely it should have some cost component explained in there, and it should justify that cost, right? So all those aspects you will need to explain. Then this is the last slide, which is final project summary, which is you need to explain what problem are you solving, then what makes your solution different, what have you designed, and what difference can your solution make. So this is the summary tab. So whatever you explained in all the previous tabs, you will need to summarize in this tab. So make sure that in this template, so there is also the guidelines available for regarding the PPT. So all the question you asked about the modification of the PPT are already answered in this template post. So you will need to download this post, fill all the fields, and then submit that in this final presentation. There is a tab called Upload Media from Device. You can upload the media, upload the presentation here. There is pitch marketing video in which you will need to create 90-second to 2-minute pitch video for the jury to evaluate. It should tell everything about the project, highlighting the problem solutions and impact. So this is pitch or marketing video. So for that, we are not asking to create any like a lot of like you will need to explain or market your products. As I said, you will need to create your product in such a way that it should be sellable, it should be manufacturable, and all those things, right? So to create this marketing and pitch video, we have given some references. You can click on this reference. It will open this tab where the previous winners submissions are already given. So you can see this pitch video. So these are winners. As you can see, this is winner team from 2025. You can see their pitch video, their journey video, and take the reference of it and create your own pitch video and journey video. So once you do that, once you get inspirations from these videos, from these references, you can add the pitch video in here from the upload media from device. Then the journey for the journey video, same. There is a reference, like there is a winner team, there is a first runner-up team, second runner-up team, and encouragement award winner team. All the details, all their journey videos and pitch videos are mentioned already. So you can refer those through the reference and then create your own journey video by taking inspiration and then add the journey video in here. Now, the next part is CAD model. So you need to attach CAD assembly of your product. So please make sure to add the whole assembly along with the part files in a single zip. If you are using SolidWorks, you can use Pack and Go. So we have added the link in here to guide you through the Pack and Go information. Like all the export related information is already there in this particular link. Then if you are using X apps like XDesign or Xshape, you can export your assembly in a 3D XML format and attach it. For that as well, we have added the help documentation, how you can export your data. So please check all the links and create the data accordingly. If you have any additional data like simulation, if you have any simulation data, if you have any rendered images of your product, you can add in this field of additional data. Once all these things are completed, you will need to publish this. It will be published in your team community. Once you do that, you can click on more, share, and then share by link. Copy then that link, and you go to this tool, the app, which is AIC dashboard, Akruti student dashboard, and then in final design challenge, the same button will be activated like submit link. You need to submit link and give the link in here and verify and submit. Once you do that, your final design is completed. Final design challenge is completed. So this is about the steps. So all the steps are already mentioned in here. So make sure that whenever you are accessing your dashboard, you are checking the guidelines first. And once you check the guidelines, you complete the guidelines, complete all the templates, and then you are submitting that particular submission in correct manner. So this is about final design concept. So all the things are already available there. With that, there is also the wiki section. In wiki section, you see the lot of things like problem statements, FAQs, guidelines, official rule book. In official rule book, as Shubham's shown us the rubrics, the same rubrics will open, and where you will see the criteria, judging criteria. So the judging criteria is the deciding factor. You will need to keep that in mind and create your product, or create all the content. And with that content, it will be evaluated. So again, I'm sure that a lot of you will ask that I add new slides to FDC? Can I add new slides to IDC? So answer will be no in that case, because we are giving all the fields which are required to explain your product or required to explain your project are already there in the systematic field manner. You will need to answer those questions only, so that everyone gets fair chance to explain their product. Because what happens is, maybe some of you will over explain things, maybe, or give like lot of information in there. But evaluations will be done according to some like there should be some fields, right, which should explain the things which are needed to evaluate. So that fields we already given to you, so that everyone get fair chance to explain their product and in systematic manner. So make sure you are using the same slides, same format, and complete your templates. Okay. I hope everything was understandable. If you have any doubts regarding that, you can put in the Q&A section. We will start to answer those again. There are also important timelines. So in the timelines, you are now seeing the dynamic timeline. So for me, it is showing the India timeline, which is 30 August for final product submission, which is FDC submission, for it is 20th September 2026. So make sure you checking the important timeline. It is dynamic, like for every geo, for every country, it can be different. So make sure you are referring this tab only for the timelines and deadlines. If you have any questions, please put those in the Q&A section.
Yeah. And Kunlik, one more point I
Yep.
think I would like to highlight to all the student teams right now. We have also noticed that all of you are already completing your tasks like community creation, a selfie with mentor, and other stuff. But many of the teams have not recorded in the sense many of the teams have not actually completed the tasks on the portal itself, which is this one. So it is recommended and it is a mandated activity, because if you have only completed the task on community, but you have not shared the link of the community, shared the link of the selfie with mentor post, shared the details of the mentor, here, then you won't be able to go ahead of your journey after evaluation. You will score less points than the teams despite you have already completed the tasks. So please make sure that if you have already completed an activity like selfie with mentor and everything, all should get be recorded here. You have to go
Ye-
here, complete the tasks one by one.
Yes. So maybe there is possibility that you are creating the community and you are waiting for it to get accepted, and you are forgetting after that to check that. So make sure that community creation, whenever you are requesting a community, it will take 1 or 2 business days, depending upon when you create the community. On the weekends, if you are creating on weekends, it will be accepted on Monday. So make sure that whenever you are creating a community request, you are checking it after a day, or checking the notifications as well if your community has been accepted and completing this particular task. So make sure of that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kundik. I think we should look over the questions.
Yep.
Okay, if the project is okay, first question, if the project is going to be a first of its kind, what all are we supposed to show in the model and what all will you be looking for? See,
Yes.
I'll answer this question. If you are already aware that this kind of product is new and nobody has anyway developed this product, so you also need to take care because you are going to showcase this for the first time to us. That means it's new for the evaluators as well. So make sure that you are completing the requirements of designing it. And as which Kundlik is already showing, engineering details, definitely design aesthetics is important because not every design that you're making is just doing it for the cause, but you have to design it from the user's perspective as well. That my designed product is going to be used by a particular person. It could be a student, a customer, or could be anyone else. So make sure the ergonomics part should be taken care of. It is if it is like a handle or gripped using the hand, then it has to be designed like that. And of course, the add-ins, the visualizations that you can showcase, everything is already available in the competition rules. So you can look over that. Okay, one another question from Tobias. For advice purposes, what is the biggest mistake previous teams made that prevented them from reaching the global finals, or what mistakes should we look out and avoid throughout this competition that you see very critical? Okay, one important point I see many of the student teams sometimes forget. See, we have created this competition like 16 years ago. It stayed an Indian competition, but now it's global competition from last 3 years. The mission of our competition is very simple. We want our students to learn and design the uh, wonderful and innovative products which can be kind to our planet. Okay. And if the evaluators are seeing that this particular product that they have designed, if in reality they manufacture it, customers consume it, it is actually causing a lot of pollution. It is not a sustainable product. So please ensure that whenever you are designing a certain product, you see the use case of it, you see the reality, whether you are making is generating a lot of pollution. It could be in terms of lost a lot of waste, air pollution, noise pollution, could be anything, right? So try to be more sustainable and more kind to our planet. We are here, we young generation are here to showcase the world that how innovation can actually be sustainable through our designs, and that is something which is going to help our society uh, in coming 50 years or 100 years through our designing. So try to pick the right material when you are putting applying that material in your designs, because evaluators are definitely going to see that as a value that these student teams have thought of a certain design which is actually sustainable to the world. So that is something I feel many of the student teams forget in previous seasons, and definitely in this season also they are going to, but try to maximize to get more value out of it. You should not see this competition as just a competition, but you should see this competition how it is putting a value in your mindset, putting a value in your career, and definitely putting a value in your resume, so that the industries are going to, because industries are actually looking for eco design engineers. How how uh, how their engineers design their products in such a way which is actually reducing carbon footprints, not giving more. So think about it. Okay, another question. Could you please clarify if the country and geo finale stages are strictly visual and whether physical travel is only required for the global grand finale? Okay, so again, a good question. I think all of the students need to understand this. Many of the countries, like Southeast Asian countries, where we have a really good presence of our channel partners, and we have already conducted country finales in physical format in previous seasons, such as in Singapore. We have our own Singapore office. We conducted Singapore country finale physically. Then in Egypt also we conducted Egypt physical finale with the help of our channel partner. In India, it happens every year in a physical form. For Indonesia, since Indonesia is very big, we could not manage to plan the travel of all the students at one place, so we have conducted a virtual competition. For Malaysia, we have again our channel partners is very strong, so they have executed a physical finale. For Philippines, they executed a physical finale. And in South Africa last year, we did a partial physical finale, partial virtual finale. So I'm just giving you a lot of examples. Mainly the physical travel is required for the global grand finale in United States. However, there are some countries where we are executing these physical finales as well. So the teams who will be getting shortlisted, they will be getting notified almost 15 to 20 days in advance that there is a travel involved. If it is a local travel for Singapore, Malaysia, they're small countries, students can actually travel by road and they can reach a particular location in less time. And we can execute the finales for like roughly for 3 4 hours time period. Okay. But yes, how we see that in future, definitely we are conducting more and more physical finales. We want all of you to experience Akruti in real world as well. Definitely, there are most of the stages are virtual, but as you come along with us through the journey, you should experience a virtual, physical experience of it also. So stay tuned. If your country, if you we have not executed a physical finale, maybe in few couple of years, we would love to plan one. For geo finales, these are entirely virtual because it's really difficult to manage. Again, the travel for geo finales, traveling, sending students to different countries, whereas we can at least plan your travel for United States instead. Regional finales, partially online, partially offline, all will get to know in person. All will get to know once your team is shortlisted almost 20 days prior. Okay, another question. Our project is based on medtech. It includes electronics and machine learning. Can we use publicly available data set to train our model? Definitely, you can do that. There's no problem with that. Just highlight whenever you are, creating your final submission. Another question, when we will be getting participation certificates, will there be any team ranking mentioned in it? See, there are currently more than 3,000 teams participating with us. I don't think it's relevant to showcase their rankings. However, we will definitely get the feedbacks of each and every team's design by our evaluator. There will be certain grading section, that grading system that we are thinking of. So you will be each team will be seeing their own grades and report card of your design. So participation certificate, Gundrik, if you just scroll down, as you see on the bottom right, there is a certificate section. It says that it is going to unlock on September 21st. I would like to remind all of you, you need to at least complete first four stages, first four tasks to unlock this. Because let's give an example. If a student team who has not worked on a single task, they are just logging the portal on 21st September and they are just downloading it, we are not calling that participation as a participation. So those teams, please do not try to come back asking for participation certificate. Make sure that you are living the journey of Akruti, you are completing certain tasks, and of course, it's a shortlisting round further. But yes, you will be able to get your certificates plus certification credits you are also getting for free of cost. So don't come back to us if you have not completed a particular any single task and then asking for certificates, participation certificates. You're not going to get. Again, another question, anonymous, a little detailed about the product. I use API inside of that, so that in fact I've tried to getting REST API, but it was inaccessible. Okay, if the student who has asked question related to web dashboard API system, please write an email to us. Maybe we would like to answer you in person rather than publicly explaining. Okay, checking more questions. For Akruti judging criteria, which aspect is given more weight? The technical design and the mechanism, the novelty of the innovation, or how effectively is the solution addressing the problem? I believe they are equally ranked. However, the design and how effectively the solution is addressing the problem and the novelty are, getting more weightage uh, in your evaluation process. Please explain workflow section in the presentation. What do you mean by that? Only can you?
Uh, okay, so it is please explain workflow section in the presentation. What do you mean by that? Okay, so in IDC, if you are in talking about IDC, let me go to IDC again because I need to check which exact field you are talking about. So, okay, page. Okay, so there is no workflow tab there. Please explain workflow section in the presentation. If you are talking about this tab's concept overview, or which asks for briefly explain how your solution is expected to work, you will need to add the information about your concept, the IDC. But if you are talking about workflow, how your product will work, so if you are talking about this workflow, if you have any smart art or flow charts which you can add and which could strengthen your study, you can add that workflow in here, like process. So there in electrical things or the mechanical things, there are process diagrams. So if you have any which shows the workflow of your product, you can add those in here as images. So make sure that you add the graphical things in here, visual things in here, which could strengthen your study. Can we get
Uh,
the recording of this session? Yes, you can get the recording of this session by going to this dashboard and going to this webinars section and clicking on this recording uh, column. Will there be elimination in IDC? No, there is no elimination in IDC, but IDC are paving the way for you for FDC. So there are points and there are evaluations for your IDC which would contribute in your pointing points or in your final designs.
yes. For the students who are asking regional finales online and offline, see, it depends on the arrangements, operational cost, and everything. If everything gets feasible, we definitely try our best to conduct a physical finale. However, if those operational things are not getting managed, um, then we prefer the virtual finale.
Yes. So there
How
is
many?
an
Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead, go
Shubham,
ahead.
please.
No, no,
Yes.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, no, I was talking about another question. So you can complete yours.
Yeah, so somebody asked how many teams will be selected from each theme. There is no theme-based competition. These themes are free for you to choose, and all these teams are going to compete together based on the innovation, based on the novelty, based on the design, and how you are presenting it. All these stuff is going to be important for the evaluation.
Yes. So there is so there were multiple questions. Not sure if it is from one member or multiple members. So you are asking about adding more slides in IDC or FTC. So as I explained in my explanation, you are not required to add new slides as all the fields are systematically placed or systematically designed in a way that you can explain your product well in those fields only. You don't need to add any other new slides in addition to that IDC. Even if you do add new slides, even if you are adding new slides, make all the evaluations will be based on the slides we have given to you. So maybe so there will not be reduction of points, but evaluation will be only be done according to template, and those slides which are added or those content which is added additionally may be excluded for the evaluation criteria. Okay, so make sure that you are using only the existing fields and not adding the new slides or not changing the existing format. Okay, so there is one question, Shubham. Is there any zonal level finals before country finales? I mean, do you directly select the 10 teams for country finals, or is there any other level before that inside the
Yeah,
country?
so there are seven regions we are currently working on. One is India, second is Asia. So we have deliberately excluded India separately from Asia because alone from India we have got more than 2,000 teams submissions, and definitely choosing only 10 teams out of them is being really impartial to just Indian teams. So for rest of the world, it's the same fashion, shortlisting top 10 teams from Asia, from Southeast Asia, Europe, America. Then we have Africa, and then we have Middle East. However, for India, there will be a zonal round where we shortlist top 30 teams first, so it's like one level before the country finale. Once We execute this call it as a zonal finale, top 30. We shortlist our top 10 teams after that. So this top 30 zonal round is only for India geo. It's not for any other geo. So of course, little I would say little difficult for you to reach country finale, because it's hard for us to eliminate all the teams and directly shortlist only top 10 for India. So we have taken in consideration that we should do top 30 first, and then do a virtual zonal round, and then invite top 10 teams for India finale. So that's how the structure is going to be. And anyway, for the rest of the country teams, please don't get confused with your participation and submission. Just follow the portal, because we have created this portal which is giving a unique experience to different geos. So if you are going to ask more questions related to how India is functioning, how other countries are functioning, then it's not going to help you. We are doing our best in terms of efforts, so that this particular competition is equal, is being equal irrespective of all the geos, and that is how we have figured it out. Will travel be sponsored? Currently, no. In future, maybe, but please be open that you may need to ask or find some sponsors to sponsor your travel. For rest of the things, which is accommodation and food, everything will be taken care.
Yes. So I think this question is for me. Can you explain how should submit everything, like how should be the design submitted? So we have explained it just before some time. So if you have missed it, please check the recordings afterwards. But I will quickly show you the guidelines. So there is check guidelines button in front of you, the initial design challenge or the final design challenge. Check the guidelines and check all the guidelines accordingly. So all the details about submission, how and what you need to submit are already available in the guidelines. So make sure you check all the details. So as I said, a lot of the Q and questions in the Q&A are already will be answered once you log into this dashboard. So please, after this session, please log into this particular dashboard and check all the details. Check all the wiki section for the all the information related to competition. There is
Yep.
an Yeah, there is another question. There is only one question from Rishabh, which he has posted multiple times. Sir, our design is modified version of product in the market, which basically reduces self-annihilation. So if the modified version comes out to be bit expensive than the previous one, should be the concern about that now, and will this affect our evaluation? So definitely it will not completely depending upon the affordability and all those things, but as you seen in when I showed you the template, there are fields related to innovation. So even if your product, the similar product is already available in the market, but your product offers some innovation in that, or it is making the lives of the users better than the previous product, then definitely it will be better than that product, right? So in that case, if all these things are overshadowing the affordability thing, then definitely your product will be evaluated on that basis. But the expense or the price of the product will not hamper if the innovation is overshadowing those things, and you can concentrate in that factor if it is getting a bit expensive. So yes, so the criteria are so there are multiple criteria, and uh, just not just single criteria decide the future of your product. So make sure that you are fulfilling multiple criterias and you are considering all the criterias. Okay, where can I include my result of for survey user need for IDC template? If for IDC, if it is asked, then you can add. So I cannot see the particular thing about survey in here, but there is research, there is a proposed solution, there is a concept overview, major component technology, expected impact, innovation, but not just survey. So if you have any and if you want to show that, you can add that in the supporting image or reference uh, field. But if it is not asked, it is not mandatory. Okay, but if you have any, you have this space to add that in visual format. So make sure that you are only adding the things which have been asked in the template, not the additional things, because we don't want you to put your efforts in the things which are not asked and which will not be evaluated, because the evaluation will be done on the fair basis, and the template is also created in such a way that everyone gets the fair idea to explain their product, so that explanation or extra things will not decide the future. The exact fields need to be added. So make sure you are thoroughly following the criteria. Okay, sir, how team leaders can open this dashboard? So as I showed you in the first bit of this session, there is team ID, leaders email ID, and team members or team mentors email ID. If you are the team leader who is logging in, you can add team ID, you can add team leader means your team email ID, and same email ID you are adding to the third field as well. That way you will be able to log in. Okay, if we use the motor for our product, can we select our theme as robotics? So that is not the criteria which decides your theme. If you are confused, if you are still confused about the themes, please go to this wiki section, go to this themes wiki, where you will get the themes information. So you will get a fair idea of how you can decide your theme, and so it's not like you have already created a product and then you need to fit that into the existing themes. No, you need to check the themes first, and you need to check the criteria which fulfills or satisfies those themes. So there is what to design, how to design in each theme. So you please check that, and according to that, decide in which theme you want to create your product. So but it does not mean that if you have motor, it will be robotics. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think there is one question about advantages or participating in Akruti. We are in second year of our college. Will the participation help us? Definitely, it will help us, because this is definitely this is free of cost competition. We are providing you the free licenses. You are also getting the certifications for free, which are industrial certifications. So same certifications are these same certifications are being completed by the industry professionals. The same certifications you are getting to opt for. Once you do that certifications, you are getting the certifications we can you which you can add to your resume. If you go to market, these certifications can individually cost this much, which is $136, $141, depending upon the certification you are opting for. So this certification you are getting for free, and you can add that in your skills, in your resumes. So definitely it will add weightage to your resumes. Then there is SolidWorks licenses which are being used in the industries, and the same licenses you are getting. There is much more for you to learn through that. And again, there are a lot of learnings as well once you do that. So the formats, all the tasks we have designed in such a way that those aspects are already there in the industries. So whenever the industries create business plans, they create the design concepts, they fill those fields or they fulfill those fields. So same things we are asking so that you get exposure and experience while creating your designs. So there is what's expiry date for exam vouchers, which we have explained in earlier questions.
Okay.
Do we need to add references, articles, and scientific paper that we use? Yes, you can add if it is supporting your study. Since I'm participating this year, can I participate next year also? Yes, you can participate if you are still student next year as well. You can participate in the competition. Can I do my CAD design outside the 3D Express platform and then upload it, or is it compulsory I do it inside the platform? So there are two ways. One is we are providing SolidWorks licenses. You need to design in SolidWorks. If you want to uh, upload the SolidWorks files into platform, there is one way. You can click on the SolidWorks installation. There you get the installation steps, where at the last there is a thing called 3D experience SolidWorks connector or SolidWorks add-in. With this add-in, your SolidWorks will be connected to the platform, and you don't need to upload it separately. You can just connect your SolidWorks and save all the files on the cloud 3D experience. But if your question is related to using other CAD softwares than DS tools, then it is strictly prohibited. You only need to use the Dassault Systems tools, which we are providing to you, which is SolidWorks or 3D Experience platform. Can you please extend the deadline from 30 August? So Fatima, please check the deadlines according to your geo. Right now it is 30 August, but if there is any possibility to extend the deadline, it will be posted in your dashboard. So please stay tuned on the dashboard itself. So same question, can you extend the IDC deadline? So right now, uh, for each geo there is different deadline. Please go to important timelines and check your deadlines. If it right now those are firm deadlines, but if there is extension, we will post it in here. So make sure you are updated with this dashboard.
And mostly do remember that IDC is just 25%, I think 25 to 30% of your journey. Main important part is your FDC journey. So you have to go ahead, complete your IDC plus FTC submission. So you cannot ask for more, time or extensions, because we have to complete the Akruti journey well on time also, based on conducting the zonal finales, then country finales, geo finales, and then the global finale. And as a student, I feel definitely, you get a lot of time to learn, explore. So utilize the extra time that you are getting, and you can give it to Akruti competition if you are really serious about going ahead in the journey. Somebody asked,
Okay.
certifications expires after the duration of the competition. See, the duration of the competition is till February, and I have already mentioned that the certification credit vouchers are has a validity till end of the year. So you still have more than 4.5 months. First of all, you need to go to certifications to avail it. So you have more than 4 months to complete. So I think that's plenty of time for all of you to complete your certifications. Will we get any internship opportunities at DASA if we qualify for the zonal or regional level? That again depends in which particular year the students are currently right now. What is the requirement? Do we have any certain vacancies, requirements in DASA's geo offices or not? So we try our best to have these Akruti zonal finalists, global finalists as our interns from year to year. So definitely, if there are any opportunities getting posted, all the Akruti members are going to get notified. Moreover, there is one exclusive group we have already created on LinkedIn. I don't know if you all have gone through it. Let me share that link in the chat. So head over to that link. If any kind of job opportunities for your region are coming, then it's going to be posted here on LinkedIn group only. So you can refer to that.
Okay, so there is one more question. The SolidWorks installation didn't work for me, and the 2026 version doesn't work on Windows 10. So what do I need to do? So yes, 2026 is the currently latest version, which is supported for Windows 11 and onwards. So the last supported version for Windows 10 was 2025, but no need to worry. If you have this kind of blockade, you can just uh, so where you get for the installation, there is a link solidworks.com/support/community download or www.solidworks.com/sek. So this provides you form to download your SolidWorks, where in SolidWorks version you can select 2025, which is available for Windows 10 as well. So this is last supported version for Windows 10. If you have Windows 10, you can install this version. And this version can be installed with your existing SolidWorks serial number, which we have provided through Akruti. So if this is your requirement, you can download this 2025 version instead of 2026. But if you want latest one, you can install 2026. So this requirement, you will need to search for SolidWorks system requirements, where you get the system requirements for SolidWorks, where you see the Windows 10, the last supported version was 2025. For Windows 11, 2025, 2026 is available. So you check the system requirements before installing SolidWorks and then install the SolidWorks. Okay, thank you. Other session, what is the official
Yeah,
contact? Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can use to reach out if we have any inquiries. So the official email ID is there in connect and support. When you log in, please log in everyone. Again, we are insisting because all the details, all the question you are asking, most of the questions answers are already available in this dashboard. So make sure you are going to this. This is our email ID, official email ID, which you can use to reach out to us. Okay, so this is question related to how to install. Please log into this dashboard, go to SolidWorks installation page. Step by step instructions are already there, where you need to put the serial number, what buttons you need to click, what things you need to select. All the things are there. So make sure you go to dashboard, you go to SolidWorks installation, where you get the installation details. Also there in wiki section as well, there are lot of things like FAQs, rule books, and all those things. Please make sure to access those. Okay, I answered this as well. So I think, Shubham, we are done with all the questions.
Okay. Okay, I think we are good, and thank you to all the student teams for being a lovely audience. We have answered more than 160 questions. I think we have, okay, we are getting more and more. But I think you're not going to stop asking questions. So why don't you ask
Hmm.
questions next in the email support box? We will definitely check all the questions on Monday and we will reply you. So now you are already aware and onboarded and know what to do, where to go, and FDC submissions are going to open in this week, in the coming week. So you will be able to see the FDC submission getting unlocked for you. So make sure you complete your submissions really well. And yeah, that's it. Just complete everything on the portal. That is what is we are aiming for, because if you are not completing your tasks on portal, then you are not getting any marks or any, you're not basically going ahead in the journey. So please ensure that. Okay, then thank you so much everyone, and thank you so much Kunlik for the wonderful FDC session. And looking forward to connect with you soon in the next webinar. We are going to announce shortly next week. And hope you enjoy your Sunday and weekend. Thank you so much. Have
Thank
a
you,
great day
Shubham.
ahead. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
everyone. Good day. Bye.